Hi, and welcome to the pre-parade special for the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade, the 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade, coming up on Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m. I'm Dan York.
And I'm Susie McGraw, and I cannot wait for November 30th. Officially.
The annual event that comes to Garden City every year, at least the past 53 years, will be repeated again this year as the Garden City Santaland Parade makes its way from Garden City High School, which is on Middle Belt Road, just north of Middle Belt. The parade will travel south on Middle Belt, turn left on Ford Road, or go east, if you will, and will end up at the site of the Garden City Farmers Market, which is just south of Kroger in the Garden City Town Center, and everyone will get the chance to give their Christmas wishes to Old St. Nick himself.
Absolutely, and that really is the most fun that I think any kid is going to have, short of that Thanksgiving dinner that we're all going to be working off when we get to the parade and walking in the parade. So many people, but it is such an exciting time for the community. It certainly, to me, makes you feel like everything else is really not important, irrelevant, because we're coming together for the cause of celebration. That's what it's about.
Fantastic. A record number of entries expected for the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. And in order to have that many entries, we've had 60, 70, maybe 80 this year.
Wow.
You have to have a lot of participation from the residents and the folks that build those floats and put ththose entries together. And we've been very fortunate in Garden City to have those folks.
If it's possible to get bigger and better, this is going to be that year, no doubt about it. And I, again, love enjoying the traditional floats. I love the music, I love the balloons, but to me, there's nothing like the groups of children from the school groups and the scout troops and things kind of walking along, doing their little part in making it just such a wonderful celebration, because it really is about the kids, but we're all kids at heart, right?
Absolutely.
At the parade.
And we'll talk about all the great entries later, but of course we'll have those marching bands again, those parade balloons, all the great things that make up the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. Now, all the information that we will tell you today will be available on the Santaland Parade website at santalandparade.com. That's santalandparade.com. Of course, you can like us on Facebook at Garden City Santaland Parade. That's our Facebook handle. And you can also find things on YouTube from the Garden City Santaland Parade. Parades past, promos for the parade, that's also at Santaland Parade. Then you can find that on YouTube. So all kinds of ways to find out great information about this year's Santaland Parade.
Very high tech, I have to say. We've really kept up with the times over the years.
We've come kicking and screaming into the 20th century at least, maybe not the 21st yet.
There you go. The website is phenomenal, by the way, I have to say.
Very much.
Very well done.
All right. So the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade coming up on Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m., and we're going to learn all about it on today's program.
Continue our exciting Santaland Parade coverage with one of our favorite sponsors in this year's and several years running parades, Mr. Gary Lay, President of Garden City Hospital. It's such a pleasure to have you here,
you
Gary.
Say that to all your
I really do, but I mean it, especially when I say it to you. It's been at least 5 years since you and Garden City Hospital have supported our parade. Why do you keep coming back? What's it all about for Garden City Hospital?
It's about celebration. We talk every year, it seems like, about economy and all that stuff, and here's something that's just fun. And Garden City, it's a good hometown, got great people, outstanding organizations, businesses, and it's just nice to have an event that everybody's happy about. And you get to see everybody smiling, and it starts the whole festive season. It's an easy decision at the hospital to say, let's help out the Santaland Parade.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, and we're very grateful that you do. In terms of support and preparation and all of the good things that go into making a parade run, that's something that our parade committee handles,
Right.
but what about making the parade effective for the hospital? Because you have representation, not only sponsoring the parade as a reindeer sponsorship, but also you have an entry in the parade every year too.
There's a group of employees, they're mostly housed in the emergency room, that have taken this on as their project. I'm really never quite sure what they come up with. A couple times a float, sometimes just a car. I don't know what's up for today, but they get excited about it too. I noticed there was a email going around looking for volunteers to walk and throw candy out to the kids and stuff. So we'll be present. We're glad to be part of the city and glad to celebrate with everybody else.
Oh, very good. As the #1 employer for the city of Garden City, we are grateful for the hospital being here for that purpose, as well as the community support you do. We know it goes much farther than just the parade itself, and we're thrilled that we can connect with the hospital and the wonderful people there. You've been with the hospital, I know it's been over 30 years, and you're thinking 35?
Closing in on 35.
Wow.
Yeah, you just find a good city, a good organization. I think it's the whole Western Wayne County, which we serve. It's a good blue-collar community, and I feel like we're doing a lot of good, both on an individual basis at the hospital and out in the community. And I enjoy coming to work every day. It's a challenge. Every work is a challenge, but at the end of the week, I think everybody at the hospital can take a step back and say, we provided some good for the health and welfare of the community, and it's easy to come back to work on Monday.
Very good. Not everybody can say that, like you said, so that's a wonderful
Might be
commitment.
a couple Mondays, but
Well, we've all got that.
That's right.
In reference to changing and evolution of the hospital, it is, as a long-time or lifelong Garden City resident myself, being born at your illustrious hospital, so I have a vested interest in that. That's my birthplace now. Certainly the hospital has evolved and changed with technology as well as support for the needs of the industry as well as the community. Any major things going on right now? It seems like you're always revamping just to make sure that it's the best of the best.
Well, it is an interesting time now, as most of the audience knows. There's an awful lot of unknowns going on in the healthcare system, and I think a lot of places are trying to decide, what's going to happen in the future. I'd say there's 3 areas we're focusing on and spending capital. On a small area, we're doing a few renovations. One of them is in our OB area. It's the oldest part of the hospital, and it just needed it. It's a facelift. We're also replacing the heating, ventilation, make it a nice temperature in there, and just a better layout, and we're in the process of doing that. No big structural stuff, just to make it a more patient-friendly. Where a lot of attention is being spent is behind the scenes. There's major government sponsorship program to get everybody in the country on electronic medical records. And that's a serious investment of $5-6 million for us. And that's a heavy changeover process. It changes your internal relationships and communications. We went through phase 1 last year. We're headlong into phase 2. One of the outputs of that is that people will have access to the electronic record through a patient portal at home, as well as being able to just get it like on a floppy disk or something. Taking an awful lot of time. Everybody's pretty excited about it, but that will change the whole experience. And as far as the community, it's a continuation of what we did last year. We have our health coach, our health van that's out in the community. Our focus has been on diabetes. We did do a community assessment. We gathered data from all different data sources, council and governments, things like that, looking at the health issues in Western Wayne County. And we have quite a few of them. We met with various local groups, including doing just community surveys and like using Westland Mall. And through it all, the diabetes just seems to be the overarching enemy out there. I mean, there's heart disease and cancer, but that's such a silent area that impacts everything. So our focus has been that. The health coach goes out and we try and meet in neighborhoods and with groups that might not have access to primary care, but we're also taking it to wherever we can. It's kind of going to be a community focus, and as well as in the hospital. We want to make sure everybody's aware of the dangers of the disease, how it can impact you everywhere. Make sure that you get screened at your physician offices if you don't with our place, and follow up whatever you needed. And we want to make that a little more pervasive in the community. So maybe you'll be hearing a little bit more about that over the coming winter months.
Very good. Well, you're obviously a busy man, and we know you've got work to do, but we are just very grateful as a community and those involved with the committee of keeping our parade evolving and moving forward. A $1,000 sponsorship, it means an awful lot to us. You are an official reindeer sponsor again this year. I don't see the reindeer horns, but we could antlers. We could do something about that.
I don't want
Gary,
somebody shooting at me. This time
well,
of year.
it is the season, as they say. But thank you again for your continued support.
I think it's important to have events like this in this community. So glad to do it and glad to be part of the program.
Thank you. Well, with a name like Garden City Hospital, you carry Garden City with you wherever you go and in everything you do. So we're very excited about that.
Glad to do it.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Welcome back to our look at the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade, the 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. And of course, Susie and I will be bringing the parade to you on cable on GCTV for, I don't know, at least 20 years now.
I think so.
At
Hard to
least 20
believe.
years. I think I've done it longer than you have, but
we're just babies, but
that's
yeah,
right.
certainly
Yes, we
seems.
started when we were 11 years old.
I like that.
But of course, you can watch the parade live. We'd rather you didn't. We'd rather you come out to the parade route yourself, see the parade in person, line Middle Belt Road, go to the post-parade event sponsored by the Downtown Development Authority. But in the case that you can't make it out, and of course to watch the parade afterwards, you can watch the parade live the morning of the parade. We'll be on the air about 10 minutes to 10. We're on Comcast Channel 12. We're on WOW's Channel 18. We're on UVerse Channel 99. Now you can watch the parade streamed live by going to the city's website. We have a Ustream site. Go to the city's website, www.gardencitymi.org/GCTV, and you can watch the live stream from there. You can always see GCTV streamed there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if you want to watch the parade streamed live, you can do so that day. And then the parade will appear on GCTV throughout the holiday season, as well as be on YouTube, on the GCTV YouTube site, which is GCTV Videos, or also you can go to the Santaland Parade YouTube site and watch the parade there. So there's no excuse for someone not to see the parade, whether it be in person, whether it be live on TV, or whether it be replayed on television.
Absolutely. And you know, I have to, as we're working on sort of staying up with the times on social media, you mentioned our Facebook handle earlier, which I think is absolutely hysterical. But it is what it is, but so you can.
It worked for my CB, okay?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, so you're the person with the tall antenna on the back of your car, okay?
That would be Harold.
So that's true. You can like us on Facebook at Garden City Santaland
Or not
Parade.
in this case, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what I like about liking us on Facebook at Garden City Santaland Parade.
Okay,
Exactly. Is the opportunity, you know, this is for the community, yes. This is for people that live here, yes. But there are a lot of people that, for whatever reason, life has taken them out of Garden City, or they have family that have moved away, and so on. So let your friends know, let your family know, give them a shout out and give us a shout out on Facebook. Like us on that page, on your page, so that other people will be able to watch it in the post.
And I think most of the people that watch the stream live that day are usually people who grew up in Garden City,
Yes.
that are now in California, or down south, or someplace else.
Sure.
And they get the opportunity to watch it. Also, if you go to the parade and take pictures, post those pictures to our Facebook site. We'd like that very much too. So we'd like to see pictures of the parade posted to the Facebook site so people can see exactly what you saw at the parade.
Right, no doubt. And the purpose of all of these different social media outlets, again, is not to take people away from enjoying it live, because that's the main thing. But if you can't be there, watch it elsewhere, or you get to watch it after the fact. I think the most fun is the people that are walking in the parade and participating in the parade. I love the fact that they get to watch it after the fact and say, look, that was me, look, Mom. That's very cool.
And also, don't forget, we mentioned our Santaland site, our Santaland page on YouTube. We have lots of old parades available on the YouTube Santaland page. And
Right.
so opportunities to see, again, parades from the past, promos for parades, all kinds of great stuff on YouTube also.
Right. Thank goodness we're wearing hats because our hair certainly has changed over the years.
That was just cold.
I'm sorry. Warm heart.
Welcome back to our pre-parade special for the 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. And with me now is April Adams, and she is from Bethel Community Church.
Yes.
Welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
Bethel Community Church, one of the great sponsors of the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. They will be contributing $1,500 again for the second consecutive year. First of all, we want to thank you very much as a member of the parade committee and a member of the community. We want to thank you very much since this parade is totally self-funded. We appreciate that, and it does mean a lot to us, and it helps us considerably to help us put the parade on.
Well, thank you for inviting us and letting us come back.
Now, you are a lifetime Garden City resident?
Yes, I've been here forever, so
Okay.
since I was born.
So you went to school here and everything
Yes,
else?
yep, graduated in 93.
Okay.
So a long time ago.
And your husband is the pastor at Bethel
He
Community Church?
is, he is. Yep, he's been pastoring there for about a year and a half now. So,
Okay, and he
yep.
reached out to us almost
Yes.
immediately after he started there, and we again
Yes.
greatly appreciate that.
Yes,
We
very
talked
excited.
with him last year.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your church. It's located on Middle Belt Road, just north of Joy Road.
Yep, we meet on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock, and then also on Thursday evenings at 6:30. We have a youth group, and adults can meet, and young children also.
Okay.
And then we also have a prayer meeting on Mondays at 6:30. So,
Okay.
yeah, we meet quite often.
Now, some of those youth that you're talking about are going to be the ones carrying the balloon for the parade this year. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, my husband has them spending the night on Friday night before the parade, so we make sure we keep them there, and they're here to help us carry that balloon. It was pretty heavy last
I say
year.
you guys found out the hard way
We
that
did.
they-
We did. It was very heavy and very windy, so hopefully this year it'll be calm and just pretty.
Now, how many folks belong to your church?
We have about 40 members right now, but we're growing slowly
Okay.
but surely. Yep.
And you had a lot of people out last year during the parade to help carry the balloon.
Yes, we did. Yes, lots of friends and family and church members also.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
And what the term community church,
Mm-hmm.
what does that infer?
Well, we try to get involved in the community here and in Livonia. We are going to be giving out bags of candy during the parade. Also, we'll have people walking with us. Last year, we made over 1,000 bags of candy, and this year
Wow.
we're going to try for 2,000 because
Really?
yeah, we gave
Wow.
everyone away. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's great to see all those people on the parade route.
It
isn't
is, and it's nice to talk to people and meet people. And we're also going to stay after the parade. I think, does Santa go somewhere?
Yes, to the Santaland post parade
Yes.
event.
So we're going to go to that this year. Last year we did not do that, but this year we're
Okay.
just going to go hang out.
It was pretty cold last year.
Yeah. We just want to, meet people and,
I think a lot of people didn't go to the post parade
Oh,
event
really?
last year because
Really?
it was too cold.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we're looking forward to that too.
Now you and your husband live in Garden City currently, right?
We do, yep. We've been here for about, I would say 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, other than the actual church service and the prayer meetings, what are some of the things that you folks are involved with?
Well, we do a lot with the church and being a pastor there. So,
But I mean, what are some of the other church things that the church is involved with?
the church. The Easter time, the barn down on Middle Belt Road in Livonia.
Wilson Barn, I think it's
Wilson
called.
Barn, yes, we do a big activity. Last year we served over 500 hot dog meals
Wow.
to them, and we also had a game session set up for them. So,
Okay.
yeah. And then this year we're going to get involved in that again, and I think we're doing the actual whole thing this year, like the Easter egg hunt and everything. So
Very nice.
yes, that's a big event that we have. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then do your members of your church and your congregation are they mostly from Livonia and from that area, or how?
All over the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say a lot from Livonia, but we're trying to get them from everywhere. So, yeah.
Now you say your husband has only been the pastor there for a year and a half, but the church itself has existed for 70 years?
Oh, for 70 years, yes. This is our 70th anniversary coming up, so it's very, very exciting.
Well, that's really neat.
Yeah, it's a really, really neat story about the church. It started as like a underground, it was all underground, and a lady...
As in physically underground?
Physically. Yeah. It was like you walked down the steps, and Ford Road was a dirt road, Ford Road, Middlebelt Road was a dirt road at the time, and you should see the pictures. It's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds really neat.
So, yeah.
And obviously it's above ground now.
It is. It's above ground. It's a big, huge building, but...
Now, is it a non-denominational church?
It's Assembly of God Church.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that's really neat.
it's pretty awesome, yeah.
Well, we want to thank you very, very much for your
Thank
contribution
you.
to the parade from
Thank
your
you.
church.
Yes.
Not only the money, but
Yeah.
we appreciate your support of the parade. We appreciate you folks carrying one of the balloons.
Yes, we're very excited.
All right, and we look forward to seeing you on
Thank
Parade
you.
Day.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's April Adams from the Bethel Community Church located on Livonia, just north of Joy Road.
Yes.
On Middlebelt, and give them a check out and give them a look and give them a hi on the parade route when they come bring you some
excited.
candy.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, we'll continue with our 2013 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland pre-parade show right after you watch this.
Welcome back to our preview of the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade, the 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade coming up on Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m. And we've talked about a lot to do with this parade.
Yes.
We mentioned at the front, this parade is completely self-funded and could not survive without the donations it receives from businesses, mostly in Garden City. But the business community has been amazing. I've been involved with the parade for about 10 years now. Donna Spateri and Pat Squires and the folks from the Garden City American Legion Riders had taken over the parade for a while. But then myself and the current parade committee got involved. We started reaching out to the business community, and it has been amazing the support that we have received for the parade and the amount of money that we've been able to raise. So not only were we able to keep the parade alive, we were able to bring the parade up to a level that it had never been at before.
Absolutely. That really is a testament to our community, and not only the leaders in our community, but as you said, the businesses in our community as well. They believe in Garden City. They believe in what we're doing, and this is their chance to show the community that they care.
Let's go through that list because it's important that we recognize those folks. Now, the biggest contributor to the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade every year is the title sponsor, the Downtown Development Authority. And Bruce Boland, the chairman of that group, I am a member of that group now, but our thanks to the Downtown Development Authority. They stepped up years ago to make sure that the police overtime was paid, to make sure that the barricades were paid for. Since then, the DDA has upped their ante. They've put more skin in the game, if you will, and they have now contributed $7,000 to the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade as the title sponsor. Our thanks to them and all the work they do, and of course the great post-parade event that the Downtown Development Authority has afterwards, where kids can meet with Santa, they can get some hot chocolate, they can have some Christmas cookies, there'll be some entertainment, but our thanks to the Downtown Development Authority. Also, our thanks to Rockstars Karaoke Bar and Grill, located on Ford Road, just on the edge of Garden City and Westland. And for the past 3 years, Rockstars has stepped up with a donation of $2,000. This year they will also be providing the entertainment at the end of the parade. They'll be providing the hot chocolate, the cookies, all of that stuff. So to Michelle and everybody at Rockstars, our thanks to them. They have one of the best entries in the parade every year. They'll have folks singing Christmas carols on their float again this year, and they say they're going to have a surprise on their float this year, so we're looking forward to that. So our thanks to Rockstars. They contribute $2,000. Bethel Community Church, who joined us as a sponsor last year, they're located in Livonia, but Pastor Jason Adams and his wife, they are Garden City residents, and they wanted to give back to the community, so Bethel is a balloon sponsor in the Santaland Parade. They carry one of our great parade balloons, and they donate $1,500 to the operation of the parade, and that is very significant, and we want to thank them. Also, Garden City Hospital in Gary Lay, $1,000. They have come forward for over 5 years now, making the substantial contribution to the parade. They are Garden City's largest employer, and they are always there for every charity and every opportunity to make a contribution or a donation, and our thanks to Garden City Hospital.
Absolutely. We have additional sponsors contributing a great amount of money, and we always say everything adds up. It costs a lot of money to make the parade successful, and everything adds up, and we are very excited that we have these sponsors to help defray that cost. Mark Barsamian and Barsamian Family Dentistry, $500 sponsors. We're very grateful for that. We have Bar 153, Sports Bar and Grill, $500 sponsors as well. Many thanks to our friends at Bar 153. The Garden City Medical Center, and they are located right there on Middle Belt Road here in Garden City, $500. They say they are leading the way to a healthy community, and we're grateful for their support in our parade this year. Of course, the Santu family, John Santu and family, always wonderful supporters, and a $500 sponsor at that this year as well. We thank our friends at Gordon Chevrolet, Susan Ianni and the gang, $500 sponsors, and you can hear the numbers are ticking, and this leads to a very successful parade. Oren Jewelers, Oren Mazzoni and the crew, $500 contributors again this year. We have Jim Neve in Corporate Graphics on Middle Belt Road, and Jim and his crew, $500. And of course, Harris Funeral Home, $500 sponsors. We're very grateful for the support that they provide in a variety of times, but in this case, in a very happy time with our parade. And of course, we have Mayor Randy and Linda Walker, $250 contributors this year, and it's folks like these that really help us put on a parade that is spectacular. And Dan, we always say the reason we believe that people are contributing is for their support of the community, but as a community, I think it's important to support the people that are making those contributions. Go to these businesses, stop in, tell them thank you for contributing, thank you for their support, and mingle around in Garden City, downtown a little bit, have some fun with it. It's not just the hour or two that the parade goes on that downtown has lots to offer. It's year round, so let's make it special.
Now, a couple of interesting stories. One, the contribution that Mayor Walker and his wife make every year. That's money that Randy receives from officiating over weddings.
Oh, wonderful. So
when when he officiates over someone's wedding, usually the mayors in the past have always charged a nominal fee. He still charges that fee, but then he contributes that money to the Santaland Parade.
How romantic. I love it.
And also, we want to mention Greg Solavny at Sinorama here in Garden City. He is not a sponsor per se, but he gives us a significant discount on all the signage that we have, the banners that are carried into the parade. He also sends his guys out every year to put the Santaland signs up on the city limit signs. So we want to thank Greg Solavny. And again, this parade is completely self-funded. There is no money that comes from the city for the operation of the parade. So the police overtime is paid for from this money. The parade balloons that we have in the parade are paid for with this money. You probably don't believe it, but high school bands now are paid to be in parades.
Really?
And because of budget cuts at the schools, they have to make sure that you make a contribution to them. Sure. They may have to use that for the bus to bring the kids to the parade or anything else, but money is paid towards that. Golf carts, barricades, all kinds of things that adds up. When all is said and done, there's not a lot of money left every year as seed money for the next year. Right. But again, without these sponsors, we wouldn't be able to put the parade on in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. Well, they say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a city to run a parade, and we've got it right here in Garden City.
As our pre-parade show continues for the 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade, Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m. on Middle Belt Road. With us now is Michelle Metter from Rock Stars here in Garden City. Welcome back to our program.
Thank you.
Rock Stars is our biggest sponsor, other than the title sponsor of the Garden City Downtown Development Authority. I believe this is the 4th year in a row you folks have been a sponsor. We can't thank you enough for your participation in the parade.
Well, thank you. It's always been a lot of fun to do, so we enjoy this every year.
Now, not only do you come with a financial sponsorship, but you folks have been great participants in the parade itself with some great floats and people who sing on the floats. Mm-hmm. Your main business at Rock Stars is Karaoke Bar and Grill, and karaoke is what your folks are known for.
Yep.
And you find a lot of talent that comes through the front doors of your establishment, don't you?
Absolutely. We are also about 20-time award-winning karaoke bar. So we do some pretty amazing things with the talent that comes through.
And you're usually selected, the best by Channel 4, one of their polls?
Click on Detroit does one, Real Detroit, Metro Times. There's a couple different ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you are known not just in Garden City, but long and far.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And celebrities have found their way into your doors, haven't they?
Yes, it's been a while, but we did have a couple grace our presence. That was a lot of fun.
And word got around with social media about that very quickly.
Very quickly.
Now, this year again, you will have a great entry in the parade from Rock Stars?
Absolutely. It's a secret, so we're not going to tell you too much about it, but we do have somebody working on it as we speak.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Now, not only is Rock Stars a sponsor this year, but one of your sister companies,
Absolutely.
And I want you to say the name of it because I screw it up every time I say it, but a great cupcake place in Westland.
Yes, our little sister, that would be Queen Nom Nom's Cupcake Shop and Sweets. That's on Wayne Road, north of Ford. They have over 130 different flavors of cupcakes. We also have ice cream and cheesecakes and a lot of really great stuff going on there.
So they are new as a sponsor this year of the parade.
They are new as a sponsor this year, and we also just opened up our downtown Northville store.
Okay. And that's right in
Right
downtown Westland?
in the heart of, Northville.
Northville, rather.
Right in the heart of Northville, yes.
That's fantastic. So
Absolutely.
2 locations, one close to Garden City.
Yep, right around the
there,
corner.
North of Cherry Hill.
Ford.
North of Ford Road,
Yep.
rather. I don't send people to the wrong place.
Yep. You're going to send them to a different business. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. And on Wayne Road. And then the place in Northville.
Right on Main Street, yep.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Rock Stars.
Sure.
We talked about it a little bit as far as the great talent that comes through the doors, but you guys do a variety of things there.
We do. Every year we host a really huge karaoke contest. So going on with the talent that we were discussing, we had over 100 different contestants in our contest last year. We start the sign-ups around January. Qualifying rounds go through almost to June, July. Depends on how many contestants we get. And the grand prize winner actually wins $5,000.
Wow.
So that's a pretty big one. The talent is absolutely uncanny and amazing. It's very amazing. And just some other little things that we do. Weekly, every single day, we have happy hour from 3 to 7, and all of our appetizers are half off.
Okay.
So if you need something quick to eat, we got some good stuff going on there. Also, we're booking our holiday parties through Thanksgiving and through Christmas and then whatever holiday that you celebrate.
Okay.
We're willing to accommodate, and we also cater our food. We also have our huge New Year's Eve party coming up as well. So we want everybody to come out and have some fun. It's going to be a black and white, so you dress up in your finest black or white attire.
Oh, really? That's neat.
It's a lot of fun.
Let's back up. Go back to the karaoke contest.
Sure.
Now it's going to start at just after the first of the year,
Just after the first of the year, it's going to begin.
and it will go until the summer.
It's going to go all the way through the summer. Depending on how many contestants will depend on how long it goes.
Okay. And how do folks find out about that?
Well, they can visit our website at www.rockstarswithaz.com. Rockstar. Oh, it's not even there. It's not there.
Well, the Z is.
Yeah. Oh, the Z is. I thought the website was. Yes, rockstarsbar.com, and all the information will be listed there.
Okay.
As far as all the registration information is as well,
Okay.
rules and everything like that. And I'll be the main point of contact for that contest.
And it sounds like a really big endeavor, but it sounds like a really popular one.
It is. This year we changed our format. This last year in 2013, we changed our format of the actual contest, and it was new to us, and we learned a couple things. I think we're going to get all the kinks out this year for sure, but it was absolutely amazing. The talent was just something we've never seen before.
Okay.
So we're really excited about it this year.
Now-
$5,000 grand prize.
That's pretty neat.
You should come out and sing.
Now, also, yeah, right. Now, also, I'll just announce my way through songs.
There you go.
Now, also this year, you folks are going to be helping with the after party.
Yes, Santa's after party. We're going to have hot cocoa. We're going to be giving that away, as well as some sugar cookies. And then we'll also have rock stars representing hot dogs, and we'll have nom noms giving. We'll have cupcakes for sale.
Okay.
We'll have little mini ones.
So that should really add and enhance the post-parade party.
Absolutely, it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, so the folks that are some of the performers from your place will actually be singing Christmas carols and Christmas songs.
Some of our past contestants from some of our contests will be coming out to sing. We do have a 12-year-old young lady who's got her own CDs out, and she just loves to sing. And we let her come into Rock Stars earlier on in the day so that she can do some karaoke and whatnot. She's going to be on the float singing as well.
How neat. That sounds really, really neat.
We have a nice long song list. They're already rehearsing. They're getting ready to go for it.
And of course, Santa Claus will be there for everybody to spend time with, and the kids can give Santa Claus their wish list for 2013.
I have mine.
Do you have yours already?
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, we want to very much thank you for being, again, the largest sponsor of the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade for the 4th consecutive year.
Absolutely.
And I don't think we can stress enough how important it is for us to find folks like you, and especially to have someone like you in Garden City. That is so great for us that we can have a great sponsor like you folks in Garden City, and then you participate in the parade. You're participating in the after-parade event. So really, we thank you so much, and the owners of your company for the contribution, both financially and support-wise.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun every year. We look forward to it.
All right, it's the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade on Saturday, November 30th, beginning at 10 a.m. Michelle Metter, one of the folks from Rock Stars, one of our great sponsors, along with Nom Noms.
Yes. Between Nom Noms, Cupcake and Sweet Shop.
All right, a couple of great sponsors for the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. The Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade special rolls on. More after this. As the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade preview continues, I'm Dan York, along with Susan McGraw, and the parade on Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m., and we want to talk about what you're going to see in the parade. Again, we encourage you to please come out and see the parade in person. Of course, you can watch it live on cable. You can watch it streamed, but come out, be a part of the parade, see the parade. It really is much better to come out and see it yourself.
Absolutely. There is nothing like it. If you've never tried before, it's for kids of all ages. Come on out, have some fun, have some hot chocolate, bring a blanket, depending on the weather, of course, and we may not need blankets at this rate. I don't know. It's like 90 out, at least to me. But we're looking forward to a wonderful day, and it is family friendly. It is appropriate. It is a great bonding experience. Something, believe it or not, that probably your kids will talk about for years to come.
Absolutely. And Susie and I will not be insulted if you don't watch us live on television.
That's right.
We will not be hurt whatsoever.
No.
We have two Grand Marshals for this year's Santaland Parade, and two very nice Grand Marshals. The first one being a World War II veteran, Mr. Leland.
Yes, George Leland, 89-year-old veteran. He flew a B-2 Liberator bomber in the war, and just an American, a patriot, just a phenomenal man, and how exciting and proud we should be to have him representing our parade as Grand Marshal this year. There was a wonderful write-up on him in the Garden City Observer. I actually made my son read the entire. It was a long article. It was a very long article. I just absolutely loved what George said, particularly the last paragraph of his comments were phenomenal, just about how kids don't really have a clue of what they get and what they can appreciate these days, and how it's just things have changed over the years. But
Absolutely.
It's that general sense of community, that general sense of working for what you've got and appreciation, and I can't wait to meet the man.
Miss Michigan USA 2014 will be one of our Grand Marshals. The Miss Universe pageant is coming up. They just had the Miss USA pageant the other day, but Miss Michigan USA 2014, so she will be competing for Miss USA next year and for Miss Universe hopefully after that.
You always love when it's a Michigander that wins
Absolutely.
that Miss USA, don't you?
Absolutely.
Good luck.
We'll have 3 marching bands as we have in the past, Livonia Franklin, Garden City, and Taylor Kennedy. So it's great to have 3 high school marching bands.
Always a pleasure. I remember when we just barely had 1 marching band in the parade.
That's right.
Things have come.
2 great parade balloons. We're going to have the same 2 that we've had in the past,
Okay.
the ladybug and the caterpillar, but they are bright and colorful, and the Garden City High School varsity football team will carry one of them, and Bethel Community Church will carry the other.
Fantastic. The year we got our first balloon, I knew we were on the map. Well, we were already on the map, but we were on the map, if you know what I mean.
The Redford Unicycle Club will be there again, as always. They have been in the parade forever. They have a lot of Garden City residents that are a part of that group, but that is really a great entry.
It's fantastic, and it's unique enough where people take notice. It's something that you don't certainly see every day. We see once a year, and if you're lucky, you get to see it live once a year. But the skill that takes to not only mount, but also maintain your dexterity on one of those, it's the coolest things.
Yeah.
Love it.
And the Michigan Wheelman is a new entry this year. That is a turn of the century, if you will, and not the last century, by the way, from the 1800s to the 1900s, a turn of the century bicycle group. It's those big front wheel bikes that you might see at the Greenfield Village.
Right, equally as challenging to ride, I'm sure.
And of course, we'll have our horses this year again, the Arabian horses from Harmony Farms. This year new, sponsored by Steve Valeni, and our friends at Albert's on the Alley, will be the Big Banana Car. And the Big Banana Car is exactly what it sounds like. It is and if you get a chance, Google Big Banana and read the story. This guy is originally from England. And he does it as a way to bring attention to a disease that his mother has. But it's a giant car turned into a banana. They can carry about 4 people, and they just take it all over the place. And Steve Valeni has fronted the money to bring it to Garden City for our parade. So that'll be very interesting.
How cool. Well, I know people eat bananas because they need potassium, and it's a very good source of potassium. So there's something medical probably maybe connected there. I don't know. Maybe yes. 'Cause it could have been an apple car or a chocolate bar car or something.
You would have liked a chocolate bar car.
Well, banana's good too, though. Chocolate and banana. Okay, we got to move on.
And we'll have our Star Wars characters.
Right.
This is the Great Lakes Garrison, which is a part, I want to read this right, a part of the 501st Legion Great Lakes Garrison and Rebel Legion Star Wars characters. And this is probably their 3rd or 4th year in the parade, and this is a very popular entry.
It is, and Star Wars is always popular, but certainly making another resurgence with a new Star Wars movie being in the works right now, believe it or not. So won't be George Lucas at the helm, but it's all Star Wars still. So we're glad to have him.
We'll have Stan the Fireman, we'll have the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, all kinds of scouts, the GCYA, the soccer clubs, just all kinds of entries again. We're expecting over 70 entries for the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. As our preview of the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade continues, with me now is Bruce Boland. He is the chairman of the Garden City Downtown Development Authority, the title sponsor of the Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. Welcome back to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Dan, for having me, and I'm glad to be here representing all the trustees of the Downtown Development Authority. We're proud to be able to be a sponsor and be able to help this long-term parade, parade that's been ongoing for many years.
53 years.
And keep it going and flourishing, hopefully.
Well, and now that I'm a member of the board, you know, I still want to thank the DDA because back years ago when the DDA stepped up, it was kind of a survival thing for the parade when Pat Squires and Donna Spiteri and Diane Kalidas and the folks from the American Legion Riders
first took the parade over, that was the DDA's contribution was the difference between the parade continuing or the parade not continuing. So my thanks to the DDA on behalf of everyone on the parade committee for keeping the parade afloat and now becoming the title sponsor of the parade.
Well, we thank you. And really, this is one of the jobs that the DDA can kind of accommodate communities. People don't know that, DDAs can do something other than just economic development within the community, which we try to strive for. But economic development means bringing people in from out of the communities, and this parade can do that for us. And by that being part of our means of trying to stimulate the growth and awareness of Garden City, this parade's a big thing, and it helps us and gives us an opportunity to advertise Garden City.
Absolutely. Well, $7,000 is the contribution that the parade now receives from the Downtown Development Authority. So now beyond paying just police overtime, we're able to use that for the barricades for the parade and use it for some of the entries and some of the other operational things that the parade needs. So again, thank you very much to the DDA for that. Now the DDA is made up of 11 folks that include yourself and myself.
Correct, and people. These are people that have interest in the community in several ways. Myself, I'm a trustee with interest within the DDA area. There's other ones. There's another sector of trustees that are trustees at large that are residents within the DDA, and then of course we have the mayor as CEO of the parade. Of the DDA. And therefore, we try. It helps stimulate different thoughts and ideas and awareness of how we can, make Garden City a better community for everybody.
And I will go through the list of trustees so you don't have to remember them all.
If you would, please.
Ken Vercel is the vice chairman of the Downtown Development Authority. Penny Cly is the secretary of the group. John Fleming is the treasurer of the Downtown Development Authority. And then you have longtime members John Santu and Orrin Mazzoni, and they go back to the beginning of the DDA, correct?
That's correct. They have quite a history, and I personally depend on them for any of the facts that we need to know from way back when. And they're the ones that still remember and still have put a lot of time into the efforts of attending meetings and being part of the organization.
John Prosh, remember, former chairman of the DDA. I want to call it the parade committee too of the DDA. Bob Squires, whose wife is a city council person, he's a member of the DDA, as well as Ron Tiskowitz, a former councilman, former school board member, a member of the DDA.
Long history.
Yes, and then the director of the DDA is Stacy Tobar, and her assistant is Kim Dold.
Kim Dold, our staff. Yes.
Right, so that is everything that makes up the Downtown Development Authority, really.
That is.
Now, being that it is the Christmas season, one of the things the DDA made a huge hit with last year was the lighting that was put into the trees on Ford Road and on Middle Belt in the core area of the Downtown Development Authority. It was a huge hit, and it's being brought back again this year.
It is, and the reason for that is the response that we had as a DDA at the office is people just driving through the community at night, making them aware of the community a little more, and a lot of positive feedback from residents, and that's important, and that kind of helps us kind of give an idea that we're on the right track. So again, we wanted to do that with this year, and with a little added more impact, is that would be the Christmas tree that's going to be delivered this year, that's
into the
commons and installed. It'll be 22 foot tall and LED lights, and hopefully that'll just kind of focus a nice centerpiece to the community.
And so folks do know that the tree lighting for this year is December 2nd.
That's it.
Beginning at 6:30. That'll be in the Commons. And that's, again, one of those things that when the city stopped holding the tree lighting themselves, the DDA then adopted the tree lighting as their event into the Commons. And it really works nice on that planter and on that base that was put into the Commons. The Christmas tree really just, it looks like it belongs there, like it was built for it.
Yeah, yep. It was somewhat planned, but we didn't know how much of real foundation it would be to some of the activities, and it kind of works well for us right now. And that Christmas tree lighting evening, we're going to have Santa Claus there and some caroling, and there'll be some good mingling of people within the community. That's kind of fun to talk to and enjoy their presence during the holiday.
So that's 6:30 on December 2nd in the Commons, and everyone's encouraged to attend.
Yes.
Now, we're talking a lot about lights. We've talked about Christmas lights. We talked about the Christmas tree lighting. One of the things the DDA has been looking at has been improving and replacing lighting within the DDA district. It's been actually a while now since the new decorative lights were put in to the central part of the DDA, the Central Business District.
It's been over 12 years now, I believe, with the new lighting, if not a little bit longer. I'm sorry, so I don't have the facts there. But it is something that now the DDA has an opportunity to expand on that into what we call the gateway area. And this is the area that's just beyond the Central Business District area that will benefit still the DDA district, but businesses outside the Central Business District. From what I understand, DTE is planning to replace the wooden poles with updated poles, and we're going to take advantage of that if we can, being able to replace these particular poles with nicer poles and also lighting that'll be LED and longer lasting, and major part of it is underground wiring that people aren't aware of. That'll take some time, but it'll be an accomplishment. It'll clean up the appearance of the downtown a little bit more. And again, maintenance, being on a maintenance committee a little bit, we're always kind of dealing with bulbs and lights that are out, and this is something that we try to do. It's not cost effective to replace one or two lights, but we have several of them, and then we replace them, and then a few more go out. So it's a constant effort to keep these up, but with the LED lights, we'll be able to manage it a little bit better and not have the issues that we're dealing with.
So the plan is, first of all, this is a project for 2015.
That's correct.
And because we want to try to get grant funding between now and then through the state.
That's what we're hoping to do, and that's the incentive to be able to do this, is to help capture some of that grant money and put it into the community.
So currently the DDA, and the way it will stay, the DDA district on Ford Road is from Henry Ruff to Harrison. And I always have trouble with it on Middle Belt. It's from Maplewood to Bach.
Bach.
Okay. So at least on Ford Road, that entire area will then now have metal poles, LED lighting, and it will all be it'll all be a part of that theme, or match that theme that the DDA has with the teal poles and maybe the decorative heads on it, if you will.
Yes.
The gateway areas won't be the same as the downtown area, the central area, but they'll be complementary to that.
Complementary, yeah. That's my understanding right now. It's just, again, taking advantage of what materials are available, and also with the opportunity to maybe expand on that on the Middle Belt area, so that we can also finish up the total impact that people will have when they come into the Garden City area.
And that'll be very impressive.
I hope so.
And other things that have been done, that Commons was redone a couple of years ago. I mean, it's a project that people forget about, but that was something that was redone more recently.
Yep.
We took the brick pavers out and replaced them with colored concrete because we thought the brick pavers had evolved into a trip hazard and a snow plowing and shoveling problem.
More maintenance problems again.
Right.
So we tried to, and maybe you learn from your previous experiences, but yet those bricks were put back to use with lining the flower bed planters,
which looks great,
which helps enhance hopefully the area.
Yeah.
So it was, even though we people might think it was a waste of money, it wasn't.
We reused almost every brick.
Every brick,
them all.
and then the ones we didn't, we sold and captured some, brought back some of the money, put back into the, streetscape.
And even we talked about, we kind of learned from our previous problems, or not problems, but projects. Even the colored cement, we've learned that we're probably going to go next year and probably reseal that with a darker sealant to make it more impactful.
Right, and consistency. I think because of the weather, when it was, we were working against weather and at different times, and the temperatures might have played a part on it, and also the mixture, from what we understand, the mixture of the concrete, since it is a solid color, could have been slightly off from the manufacturer of the and therefore we want to bring up to a standard of looking like we're still trying to make things look good around here.
Now, one of the huge successes of the DDA has been the chili cook-off.
It has.
The DDA has tried all kinds of different events, and none of them have really taken off the way the chili cook-off has.
the chili cook-off has taken off, and I'm gotta give it credit to all the people that are involved. I mean, there's an enthusiasm when I hear and talk to the people that are planning this event, and there's a lot of excitement to be involved in it. And now we're getting the competitive kind of competition within the people that are doing the chili and cooking the chili, and it's really helped to spur on the size of the event itself. It has really grown, and I was impressed this year to see how many people there. I enjoyed the classic cars and the bikes, and I just didn't get a time to spend enough time there. But it was very exciting to see all that.
All right, very good. Well, again, we want to thank the DDA and I guess I want to thank the DDA for their contribution, for their help, not only with the Santaland Parade, but with the community in general. The DDA has had a huge impact on Garden City over the past 30 years, and looking to have a bigger impact even going forward.
I appreciate, and again, we enjoy being part of this. And may I also add to that the chili cook-off and what we did?
The charities.
Yes, just one benefit of the chili cook-off, and since it was such a big event and such a success, there were 4 charities that were acknowledged with a donation from the DDA, and it's the profits going back into the community to different charitable events.
So it was the Straight Farmhouse, right?
Straight Farmhouse was one of them, and it was over $1,800 for each one of these charities receiving. Then the Mayor's Committee for Underprivileged Children, and then we had the Goodfellows, and one other.
The United Needy Family Fund.
Yeah, and so those are some of the people that could benefit well with this event.
Absolutely.
And all the hard work of the people that are volunteering for these things.
And the hard work of the director and her assistant also.
That itself, people don't know how much time they spent putting this thing together and keeping it organized.
Well, if you saw the chili cook-off, you know then that the DDA's post-parade event, the post-parade party, whatever you want to call it, will be on that same site. Also put on by the DDA. That's where Santa will receive the key to the city. Santa will visit with some of the kids. Rock Stars Karaoke Bar and Grill, even though they're not in the DDA, are contributing the hot chocolate and the cookies, and they'll have the entertainment there for the post-parade event. So another DDA function that helps bring people into the downtown area.
Right. And I compliment the Rock Stars for being such a business that is so charitable in themselves, donating their time and their effort, and they're a good organization. So.
All right. Well, thanks to you, and thanks for stopping by to talk with us.
And I thank you, Dan, for you and your time, and everybody else's that work here.
All right. We'll have more to do with the 53rd Annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade right after you watch this. Our preview for the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade continues again. The 53rd Annual Parade will be on Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m. Begins at Garden City High School, goes south on the Middle Belt Road, turns left on Ford Road, and then ends at the site of the Farmers Market with that great Downtown Development Authority event, the post-parade event, and you can see Santa Claus, cookies, hot chocolate, entertainment. One of the things we want to talk about right now are the people who put the parade together.
Absolutely. You know, the theme this year is Santa's Workshop, and I know people that have been working very hard on making sure that this parade is going to be successful. And that's this committee. What a great group of people.
And this has happened kind of organically. The JCs ran the parade for about 40 years. The JCs stopped existing in Garden City. The American Legion Riders picked it up for a little bit. But primarily that had been Diane Kalidas and Pat Squires and Donna Spiteri. So then Kevin Kramus and myself and some other folks reached out to them to try to help them along with it, Kevin had helped with the Detroit parade for quite a number of years, so he had some expertise there. I thought I could help them promote the parade, and before you knew it, we ended up with a 10-member committee that puts the parade on every year, and we work on this year-round. And it's phenomenal the way that the parade turns out. Again, without the support of the donors, we wouldn't be able to do the parade. But again, without this committee, we wouldn't be able to do the parade either. And we want to thank all of the people that are on the parade committee for all of their help, all of the hours they put into the parade every year. And there are way more volunteers beyond the ones that we're going to mention now. But these are the folks that sit on the committee, because the Family Resource Center donates time. People from the Community Coalition donate time. And by the way, the Community Coalition is the charity, if you will, that we kind of hide under. They allow us to exist underneath their charity. Right. And we want to thank Sue Nicholas and all the folks with the Community Coalition for allowing us to exist under their charity. But we want to recognize the people that are on the committee.
Absolutely. It's a phenomenal group of people. And I'm telling you, you just don't realize how much effort and how much work goes into this. I get the luxury of showing up at the parade. It's like, woo, here it is. And it's a great thing, but oh my goodness, it just wouldn't work without this group. So wonderful, wonderful people. May I?
You may.
I will, thank you. Our current committee, of course, made up of Margot Cicerski, Rob Cox, Kim Dold, Monica Fulton, Kevin Kramus, Sue Nicholas, Pat Squires, Donna Spiteri, Stacy Tobar, and Dan York. And I know you all rely on other people and lean on people, and we're just very thankful that everybody seems to really come together for this common cause. And it's, again, that Santa's workshop is never never closed, is it, Dan?
No, it is not. So thanks very much to all of the committee members that make the Santaland Parade possible every year. All right, that wraps up our preview of the 2013 Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade, the 53rd annual Downtown Garden City Santaland Parade. Again, the parade is coming up on Saturday, November 30th, beginning at 10 a.m. It begins at Garden City High School. It goes south on Middlebelt, turns left on Ford Road, ends at the site of the Farmers Market just south of Kroger. We want to make sure that you come out, see the parade live, head out to the areas on Middlebelt Road. There are great places to view the parade along the entire route. And again, that great DDA event after the parade to show up and meet with Santa, hear the entertainment provided by Rockstars, get your complimentary hot chocolate and cookies. No reason not to go out and see the parade.
Absolutely. And if you haven't left yet, which you shouldn't be driving and watching TV at the same time, come on out now, because it is your opportunity to get to a spot on the route, stake your claim, and let's have some fun.
All right, the Garden City Santaland Parade coming up on Saturday, November 30th at 10 a.m. Susie, thanks for being with us. We'll see you at the parade.
Always a pleasure.
All right.